Let's start class. So now we will try to understand. Now let us try to understand next program, that is anonymous inner class. So same points will be repeated. Okay, the same theory points will be repeated, programming only changing. Working with anonymous inner class. First question. Right. So in last class we have completed what you call local inner class understanding. Now in today class we are trying to understand anonymous inner class related points. So what is anonymous inner class? Why anonymous inner class? Syntax to create anonymous inner class. Allowed modifiers. Can it be derived from a class or interface? Next, allowed members. Execution procedure. Different rules on accessing. Different rules in accessing anonymous inner class and its members. Next, how can we access anonymous inner class members in outer class and outside outer class methods? Show the use of anonymous inner class for implementing an interface and returning its object, accessing outer class members and enclosing method members from anonymous inner class members, variable shadowing in anonymous inner class, problem in enclosing method variables, problem in enclosing method variables. Okay. Rule in modifying outer class static and non-static variables, enclosing method parameter and local variables. So these all points we discussed with the local inner class. Same points you have to learn once again with anonymous inner class. First point, tell me, what is anonymous inner class? An inner class that is created inside a method or constructor or static or instance blocks. Even you can also create a class also. Inside a class or method or constructor or static and non-static blocks. Static block and in non-static block, how without explicit name is called anonymous class or anonymous inner class. Very important, very important, very important. What is the difference between other inner classes and anonymous inner class? Other classes will be created with explicit name, but anonymous inner class is not created with explicit name. It is created without explicit name. So a inner class that is created without explicit name is called anonymous inner class. In a shortcut way, I can say a nameless inner class is nothing but a nameless inner class is nothing but anonymous inner class. Hope you understand these points. First, what is anonymous inner class? Okay, next. When we should create anonymous inner class? Very important. We will create anonymous inner class. Any of you remember? We will create anonymous inner class. Already explained. Only for one reason. What is that one reason? For extending for extending or implementing an outer class or outer interface, and for creating and returning its object. Returning or passing, returning or passing, returning or passing its object. Okay, local inner class also same, returning or passing. And now again repeating, we will create anonymous inner class for how many reasons? Three reasons. Number one, for extending or implementing an outer class or outer interface, and for creating and returning, for creating, returning, for creating, comma, returning or passing its object. Is it clear? Anonymous inner class only for that purpose. It doesn't represent any inner object. Anonymous inner class doesn't represent any inner object. Anonymous inner class represent only what? Implementation of one class or implementation of outer class. That's it. Outer class or outer interface. Then syntax for creating anonymous inner class. Come on. You want to make your class as what? You want to make your class as what? Implementation of another class. Then, and you are creating without name, a nameless inner class. Because it is a nameless, there is no accessibility modifier and execution level modifier. There is no class keyword. There is no class name. And next, it is a by default implementation of class or interface. So no need to use extends keyword or implements keyword. And it is meant for creating, it is meant for extending or implementing outer class interface, and for creating, returning or passing its object, right? Creating object. So if you want to create object, which keyword I must use? New keyword. I must start with a new keyword, following by what do you write now? Super class name or super interface name. Either super class name or super interface name, parenthesis, following by parenthesis, open bracket, closed bracket. And look at that, it is a declaration of object creation. You are start with the class keyword or starts with the new keyword? You start with the new keyword. So then it is an expression, a statement. An expression or a statement must be ends with a semicolon. Is it clear to all? Is it clear to all? Semicolon I must use because it's an expression. Or in another way also you can write. Okay, anonymous inner class you can also create in another way. What is that? Here I am not storing. See, can I create object without assigning to a variable? Yes. Now you can also create anonymous inner class by assigning to an object. New keyword. Now you are creating implementation to super class na, or super interface. You take super class or super interface following by referenced variable equal to, okay, following by referenced variable equal to, then you can write the members of the class. So two ways you can do that, either with variable or without variable. However you want, you can do that. Both are allowed, but semicolon is mandatory. If you don't write semicolon, compiler throw error. Prabhuji, all you people understand how to create anonymous inner class? And now try to think, what are the allowed modifiers? Do you have any declaration to apply modifiers? Modifiers are allowed only to declarations, because there is no declaration. Any modifier allowed? No modifier allowed. Modifiers are not allowed because there is no explicit declaration to anonymous inner class. Now I want to ask one question here before going to the next points. Is really, okay, does really anonymous inner class not have name? Does really anonymous inner class not have name? What's your answer? Can you please think? Explicitly no name, but implicitly compiler generates name for anonymous inner class. The naming convention is outer class $1 dot class, outer class $n dot class. For example, assume outer class name is example, anonymous inner class dot class. Okay. Tell me, what are the members allowed inside? Can you tell me? Can it derive from a super class or super interface? What is your answer? It is a canna must. It must be derived from. It must be derived from a class or an interface. Anonymous inner class can exist only as subtype or derived type. Okay, Babu Buji, are you writing notes or following me? Does real anonymous inner class not have a name? It's have a name. Let me write here. Allowed modifiers, no modifiers. Allowed members. There is a twist, Buji. Are you ready to answer? There is a twist here. Inside anonymous inner class, can I create non-static variable? Yes. Inside anonymous inner class, can I write instance initializer block? Yes. Inside inner class, can I create constructor? Show your talent, show your talent. Can I create constructor? If you want to create constructor, its name should be same as class name. So can you create constructor? No, because there is no explicit class. Can I create instance member? Yes. Okay, let me write non-static variable, non-static method, non-static inner class, allowed. Abstract method, come on, abstract method allowed or not allowed? Abstract method allowed or not allowed? If you define abstract method, the class must declare as abstract. There is no declaration to apply abstract. So abstract method is also not allowed. Okay. Rule inside constructor, inside anonymous inner class, we cannot define constructor because it is nameless class. This is rule number 1. Rule number 2. Hey, what is rule number 2? Inside anonymous inner class, we cannot define, we cannot declare abstract method because we cannot declare anonymous inner class as abstract. Everyone up to now okay na? I'm not showing program. I will write program all points at a time, okay? I'll write program all points at a time. First, I want you comfortable with the theory. Then after theory, we'll write program. Earlier, all examples, first I have written program, then theory added. But now first I want add theory because I want to visualize the program. Every time I don't want write program, right? And tell me, execution procedure. Can we execute inner classes? Means non-static inner class, local inner class, anonymous inner class. Can we execute directly by using Java command? No. We cannot execute anonymous inner class directly by using Java command because we do not have main method in it. Next, for executing anonymous inner class members, what to do? For executing anonymous inner class members, we must access them. We must access them in it or from its enclosing method, and further we must invoke that enclosing method either from outer class, from outside outer class. Is it possible for anonymous inner class? Come on, think. Anonymous inner class, let's say from thread class you create anonymous inner class, new space thread parenthesis open bracket closed bracket you have written. Then on this anonymous inner class object, what are you doing? You are writing dot. Listen, when you write dot at a compilation time, which type will be applied? Now, come on. This is object. On this object, you call it dot. When you write dot xxx, compiler software will see this xxx member definition in this class. This definition is of what type? Come on, sir. Everyone should answer. This definition compiler knows as anonymous inner class specific type as a super class super interface type. This is a confusion point you have to realize. Inside anonymous inner class, I created instance variables. I created non-static variable. I created instance initializer block. I created a non-static method, and I created non-static inner class. Can we access these members? Can we access these members by using this object reference? Is it possible or not possible? Not possible, because compiler software can consider this entire implementation as what type? Super class type. Is it clear, Vaidi? Tell me, inside anonymous inner class, we must have overriding or implementing methods. Right? Is it clear? Now tell me, do you remember inheritance chapter? When you're extending super class, if you define your own subclass specific methods in subclass, if you define your own members in subclass, how can you access those members from user class? Any of you remember? Extending super class functionality, one topic I have explained. From the eat method, I want to call sleep method. I want to write some access code. You wanted to access this anonymous inner class specific members, you cannot access directly. These members you must access only from super class overriding method or super interface implementing method, and this overriding or implementing method you must call by using anonymous inner class. Did you understand the procedure? Come on, think. Okay, now try to answer now. For execute anonymous inner class members, we must access them from its enclosing method or overriding method. From its overriding or implementing method. And further, we must invoke that overriding method or implementing method either from outer class or from outside outer class. Okay, na? Guys, are you able to understand this point? Everybody got clarity here? So now let us test these points, okay? First, let us continue up to here points, then we'll go to the next topic. Now, let's see. First, let me try to write code now. Class example. Tell me, if you wanted to create anonymous inner class, first of all, we need one explicit outer class or interface, right? I'm writing class A, one outer class with one method, M1 method, which contain already some logic. System dot out dot println. Okay, double quotes, A class M1. Just I'm writing method, or you can say M1 is executed from class A. Okay, na? Then next. I'm creating one interface. Interface I1 open bracket, closed bracket, void M2 semicolon. Abstract method na? Right. Now I'm writing one outer class where I'm defining main method. In main method directly, I'm going to write anonymous inner class for this class A. Below, what is the syntax? New keyword following by the super class A, following by parenthesis, open bracket, closed bracket. Okay. Then can I leave this class like this? Can I leave this class as empty class? Come on, everyone should answer. Chalo, fast. Can I leave this class as empty class? Any problem? It is an anonymous inner class of A. It is the body of anonymous inner class. Now this body of anonymous inner class must implement this M1 method. Required or not required? Not required. It is optional. Why? Because it is already implemented concrete method here. When you create subclass from A, this concrete method implementation is optional. Na? Next. Now I am let me compile it first, okay? Let me compile and see, is it compiled or not? Look at that, it's compiled successfully. Okay, then, okay, I'll do one thing. I will take this main method separately. I will take first static method, class example, its own enclosing method, static method, and class test 12. Now look at that. Control1 compiled successfully. Next, tell me, can I write anonymous inner class for interface? Tell me the syntax. Check, fast. Bolo. New following by interface I1 parenthesis open bracket closed bracket semicolon. And tell me, is it compiled or not? Fast. Hello, what do you write here? New I1 parenthesis open bracket closed bracket. Compiled or not compiled? Not compiled. Why? When you create a subclass, anonymous inner class is an implementation of interface. When you implement interface, the abstract method of interface must be implemented. I have not implemented. So compiler throw error. Look at there. Anonymous example $2 is not abstract and doesn't override abstract method M2 in I1. Now look at there, I told you compiler software generate the name for the anonymous inner class example $2. Okay, na? Why 2? Where is 1? Already one anonymous inner class you created. This is $1. This is $2. Tell me, what is the correct way of creating anonymous inner class deriving from interface? You must implement the method. Tell me, how can you implement method? Void M2 open bracket closed bracket. Tell me, now if you write void M2 open bracket closed bracket, is it compiled or not compiled? Okay, is it compiled or not compiled? Below, fast. Is it compiled or not compiled? Not compiled. Gajnis, my dear brand ambassador of Gajnis, you forgot interface rules. If you are implementing interface method, it must be public, na? Because interface methods are by default public, right? Right? So it's a public. So if you don't write public, compiler throw error. Control 1, compile. Compiler throwing error. M2 in anonymous example $2 cannot implement M2 in I1 because attempting to assign weaker access privileges was public. Weaker access privileges. Earlier method is public. Now you are trying to override with the default. It's wrong. And then I wanted to comment this code also. I wanted to show you all errors code. Then copy, paste. Now correct way of implementation is what? Public. समझ में आया? थोड़ा थोड़ा आया, पूरा आया? Anonymous inner class is very tough topic. But if you pay attention, it is very easy. Did you understand? You must feel it is a subclass. And tell me, I am creating this anonymous inner class without semicolon. Allowed or not allowed? Without semicolon I created. Is it allowed or not allowed? Not allowed. Compiler throw error because semicolon missing. Semicolon expected. Now tell me, all rules here. All rules while working with anonymous inner class, all rules. Where is that? For extending anonymous inner class members, we must access. Okay. Creation time, syntax. Okay. Now tell me now. Rules in creating anonymous inner class. Rules in creating anonymous inner class. First rule is what? Bola bola. First rule is what? It must ends with semicolon because it is an expression. Second rule. If it is deriving from an abstract class or from an interface, it must implement abstract method available in abstract methods available in abstract class and interface. Third, what's the third rule? If it is deriving from an interface, we must implement method with public accessibility modifier. Okay, these are the rules you must follow. Any doubts? I'll share this document now. Don't need to worry. Don't worry about writing notes. You worry about remembering programs. How many points you can write notes, Rabbi? You have to remember all these points to apply in projects. Then next, I'm trying to write one more anonymous inner class. Allowed? A of open bracket, closure bracket. Then here, I am creating one non-static variable, int x equal to 10. Can I create static variable? Static int a equal to 10. Allowed? Not allowed. Compiler throw error, semicolon expected first, somewhere semicolon add here. Static int a equal to 10. Illegal static declaration in inner class. Anonymous example $3. Okay, illegal static declaration. Static is allowed only to the constants. Yesterday we have seen, I'm writing final here. Static final int a equal to 10. Now compile? Yes. Next, non-static variable allowed? Yes. Instance initializer block allowed? Yes. Control 1 compile and then tell me. system dot to out to dot to print to lno double quotes instance initializer block anonymous inner class instance initializer block control 1 compile. Okay, then next can I create constructor? Come on, constructor, not allowed because there is no name. Okay, there is no name to anonymous inner class. You cannot create constructor. Sir, it is generated, outer class $1 or 2 3. Now, sir, I will count example $1, example $1, example $2, example $3, and now I'll write here example $3 bracket. Oh, super. Tell me, is that name fixed? No, that is a dynamically generating name. For instance, some other programmer in middle has written Control J, Control J, Control J. Then tell me, anonymous inner class number got changed here, na? The name is not fixed, name is dynamic. Then constructor compilation will be failed, execution will be failed. So that's why you are not allowed to define constructor in anonymous inner class. Okay, na? Then next, come on, tell me, next point. I want to create a non-static method. Is it allowed? Yes, allowed. Okay, here I am writing we cannot define constructor. Okay, we cannot define constructor because anonymous inner class is nameless class. The next non-static method is allowed. I am copy pasting the statement, copy paste to anonymous inner class non-static method. Tell me, can I create non-static inner class? Yes. Class some what do you call static inner class? Not allowed. Static class, let's say P, not allowed. Static members are not allowed inside inner class. Static declarations are not allowed here. Okay, commenting. Next, non-static inner class, can I create? Class Q, yes, happily you can create. Compile successfully. Okay, and then next, can I create abstract method here? Abstract to abstract void, let's say M2 method, open bracket, closed bracket. Hey, 1 minute. This M1 method become overriding method. Let me write it as M3 method, okay? And this is M4 method. Then now, sorry, semicolon, right? Semicolon. Control 1, compiled. Look at that. Abstract method doesn't override abstract method M4 in anonymous inner class. Okay, we cannot declare class as abstract, so abstract method is also not allowed. So the allowed members are only static final variable, non-static variable, non-static block, non-static method, and non-static inner class. Then now my question, how can I read this X value? How can I execute this M3 method? Okay, for that I need a call. Okay, I'll do one thing. First of all, I will, where I have created this anonymous inner class I have created in this M1 method. Na? Now, can I call this M1 method with example reference? Yes. Then I'm writing here example.m1. All people try to focus on answer. When I call example.m1 method, is this anonymous inner class logic executed? It is an object, na? It is an object creation statement. Now this anonymous inner class object created, this non-static block and non-static method, non-static variable executed or not executed? Everyone should answer. Is this anonymous inner class, you created anonymous inner class object, then is this statement executed? So let us see what happened here. Is that non-static block and everything executed or not? Yes, it is working here. It is working. Anonymous inner class instance block is working. If we just define static inner class, if we just define non-static inner class, if we just define local inner class, now when you execute this enclosing method, that local inner class methods are not executed. But if you come to anonymous inner class, because anonymous inner class is an object creation statement, now in object creation statement we are calling constructor, because we are calling constructor. Hence what happened? Anonymous inner class statement is executed, non-static variable memory allocated, and then the non-static block logic is also executed. But non-static method executed or not executed? Not executed. Why not executed? Methods are executed only when you call it. Hope you understand. Repeating again, what is the execution procedure? We cannot execute anonymous inner class directly by using Java command because we don't have main method in it. Then next point I am writing here. If we call its enclosing method, if you call its enclosing method, anonymous inner class object creation statement is executed. Object creation statement is executed. What happened? It's non-static variable, instance initializer block, and constructor are executed. Full stop. Okay. But what the important point? But non-static variable value is not displayed, and non-static method is not executed. Okay. Now tell me conclusion. Non-static variable value is displayed and non-static method logic is executed only when we invoke them. Only when we invoke them. Tell me, can I invoke them directly? Look at here. This is anonymous inner class object. If you want to access this variable x and this M1, M3 method, I need to store the reference now. A1 equal to. Which reference I have to take? Outer class reference. A1 equal to new A. Then this anonymous inner class after. This is anonymous inner class close. And here after this like local inner class, I'm calling here system dot out dot println of. What do you write? A1 dot x, and I am writing here A1 dot m1 below. Then tell me, if I write like this, program compile or not compile? Not compile, because x variable compiler searching in A1 class. What is A1 class? A. In A class, x variable is not available. Then next, A1 dot, this is M3 na? M3 local M3 method. Yeah. A1 dot M3 method. Compiler searching for M3 method in A1 class. What is A1 class? A. In A class, M3 method is not available. Hence, compiler will throw two errors. Cannot find symbol X, cannot find symbol X in type A, cannot find symbol method M3 in type A. Am I going fast? Bolo. Am I going fast? Already catching my point? Then tell me, can I call A1 dot M1 method? Yes. Control 1 compile successfully. Executed from A class. Look at there. M1 is executed from class A. For which object? It is executing from class A for the object. How can I display object? This. Control 1 compile successfully and execute. For the object, anonymous inner class. Example $3 anonymous inner class object. Tell me, because this method is a super class method, can I override that method in the subclass? Can I override that method in the subclass? Anonymous inner class is a subclass. Override. Tell me, do I need to use a public keyword? No, it is a class method. Class method is not public. So what I need to write here? Where is this? Yeah. Here directly we can write void M1 open bracket closed bracket system dot out dot println of double quotes. M1 is executed from anonymous inner class. Okay, now look at there. Because it's overridden and object is anonymous inner class, it is executing from anonymous inner class. So I want to execute method from both anonymous inner class and super class also. Okay, write super.m1. Right, super.m1. Control 1 compile and control 2. Look at there. It is executing from super class, also executing from subclass. Okay. Understand? Is it clear? So daily in Spring, in Advanced Java, okay, wherever you go, you are going to write this type of code only. Anonymous inner class code. You must fall in love with this code. Okay, you must fall in love with this code. So daily your hands should be habituated with this code. Okay. Shall we move to the next point? Are you enjoying? Very important point you need to understand. Anonymous inner class is meant for providing implementation to one outer class or one interface. So this anonymous inner class is meant for overriding this super class method or super interface method. Okay. And if you define any non-static variable, non-static method in this anonymous inner class, these members are meant for implementing. These variables are meant for, these variables are required. The other methods are required implementing the super class method only. That point should feed in your mind. Repeat again, repeat again. The variables are methods you are defining in anonymous inner class, not for anonymous inner class. They are meant for implementing or overriding the super class method. While implementing or overriding super class method, whatever the variables I required, those variables I am going to define in this class. Okay, I will give one small assignment. Can you write code now? With this knowledge, I'll give one small assignment. Write code. Come on, come on. Develop anonymous inner class for implementing shape interface method find area. Think how can you write code now? Find area. I'm giving you interface shape. Now here what you write? Public or okay, let me confuse you. Void find area. Semicolon. This is the interface I am giving. Provide anonymous inner class implementation for this interface. Chalo, I am giving you 1 minute time. Try to develop. Are you writing code? What point I told you? In anonymous inner class, when I create a variable or a method, not meant for anonymous inner class, it is meant for this method implementation required variables. Okay. Write down full code, write down full code, full implementation I want. Shall I write? Shall I help you? Are you able to write or shall I help you? I want to create a class called sample. Okay, let's say painter. I want to take class name as a painter. Painter will draw the shapes, na? Painter, then void paint. Method name I'm taking as a paint. Open bracket, closed bracket. He want to paint a shape. Then how to write code? New shape of open bracket, closed bracket, semicolon. Come on, come on, come on. What do you write next? Inside shape, I have to override find area. Void public void find area. Then inside what the logic buji? System dot out dot println of system dot out dot println of I should write L need to be na length and breadth. Next. What do you do next? Where is this L and B? Compile throw error. Where is L? Where is B? Cannot find symbol L, cannot find symbol B. Then what do you do? I have to first create that variables. Private int L, sorry, double L, comma, private double B. Okay, private double L, private double B. Okay, then any compile time error? No compile time error. LB, no compile time error. But my question is, try to think, what is the L value? Tell me what happened, what the output will come here? Compiler will not throw error, but the calculation will come with 0, 0. Let me go to main method. Here I create painter hk equal to new painter. Okay, then hk dot paint. Then control will go to paint method. In paint method, you created new shape object. Is this find area method logic executed? Is that find area method logic executed? Hello, first. No, find area method not logic not executed. Only L and B variables memory created. Control 1 compile and control 2. Okay, there is no paint logic executed. Then what to do, G? If you want to execute this method by using shape object, I must call na bolo. Here can I write like this dot? Can I write like this find area? This is object. Using object reference dot, can I call find area? Come on, come on, come on. Did you understand syntax? A simple point here. I have a student object. Can I write like this new student dot? New student dot some method, let's say walk. Can I say like this walk? Yeah, I can call. When I should store this object in a referenced variable, if you wanted to reuse this object multiple times, then store in referenced variable and then use a reference variable to call methods. But now not required. Only one time I want to use. So this syntax also you must be habituate. So I declare find area. I have implemented find area at the rate override. Where are you at the rate? Okay, and then call find area. Control 1 compiled, compiled. Control 2 look at there area executed, because I called area executed. What is the value coming? 0.0. Tell me, everyone try to answer. How can I initialize this L and B? Earlier we used to initialize by using what? Constructor. Via constructor we initialize. But can you define constructor here? No. Then what I can define? Instance block only we can define. Then tell me, in instance block, can you take the arguments? No. Instance block you cannot take arguments. Then what to do? Can I read from the keyboard now? Scanner SCN equal to new scanner. In this program, I'm trying to teach you some real program plus 2 points I'm trying to talk. Inside anonymous in our class, when should we declare our own variables? Okay, if I required some properties for over method to override or to implement the method. Number 2, second point I want to teach, if I want to develop some initialization logic for anonymous inner class properties, where I can develop that initialization logic inside instance block only. All right, scanner SCN equal to new scanner of system.in. Then scanner class is not available. I didn't use import statement, compiler throw error. Okay, directly I'm using fully qualified name. Can I use like this? Java.util.scanner equal to new Java.util.scanner. Then I'm asking you pass system.out.println. Now this painter HK is asking, array, how much length you want? Okay, enter length, enter L. Now read that L value and assign to this dot L equal to SCN dot next double. Okay, now next enter B, enter B, enter B. This dot B equal to SCN dot next double. Hello, are you catching my point? So I have used instance block for initializing the properties. What are the values I have initialized? Those values are using in the find area method. Okay, let me run this code. You will understand it. Control 1, control 2, enter L value 10, enter B value 20. Look at their area is 200. So 200 area I have constructed. Hope you understood this code. Okay, hope you all understand anonymous inner class related points. Everybody comfortable? Huh? Now tell me. Yeah, look at here. Execution procedure understood, allowed members understood, different rules in accessing anonymous inner class is members understood. How can we access anonymous inner class member in outer class? Only via overriding method. Outside outer class, only via overriding method. Show the usage of anonymous inner class implementing an interface and returning its object, already shown, shape interface. Accessing outer class members and enclosing members from anonymous inner class. Let's start this story. Ready? Last points, last points. Last points. Class. Okay. I'm writing XYZ class or ABC class. Let me take. Void M1. Inside this class, outer class, I'm creating static int a equal to 10. And next, a non-static variable into I equal to 20. And the next, inside static method, I'm creating anonymous inner class new a of open bracket, closed bracket, semicolon. Inside, bolo. Inside, what I'm writing? I wanted to create one local variable with name int a equal to 10. Possible. One local variable with int y equal to 20. Let me write here 50. Okay, let me write here 50 and here 60. Come on, think. You visualize the code. Visualize the code. You visualize the code. What I'm going to write, you visualize the code. System.out.println A, system.out.println B. Then tell me, can I write a SOPLN statement directly inside anonymous inner class? Hello, can I write SOPLN statement directly in anonymous inner class? No, you cannot, because it's a class. Then where do you write? Inside a method. I'm creating my own method void, some value, some method name M3 or whatever. Then is it compiled? Yes. Okay. Cannot find symbol B na. I have to write here X baba X. Okay. Tell me this M1 method to execute. I have to create I have to call this M1 method from ABC class, right? Go to main method ABC dot M1. Then control come to ABC class M1. Here anonymous inner class. Then non-static variables. Then A and X. Any compile time error? No compile time error. Compiled successfully. Executed successfully. Okay. 10 no. 10 20. Okay, look at there. So tell me this M3 method is not executed. Why? M3 method not executed. Why? Because we have not called. We have to call. How to call? We can call only via overriding method. Let me take overriding method. A class M1 method at the rate override. And then I'm calling that method here dot M1. So you have to work out, sir. Control 1, compile, and control 2. Okay, 10 now 20. Look at there. Values are coming 50 and 60. I'm commenting this paint method call because it's always asking the values to enter. Control 1, control 2. Look at that 50, 60 I'm getting. If I remove these two statements, is there any compile time error? Hello, first. If I remove those two statements, is there any compile time error? Yes. What the compile time error? What the compile time error? A variable, no problem. Compiler searching A variable in M1 method not available, searching in anonymous inner class not available, searching in M1 method not available, going to outer class A. So A variable found, compiled successfully. X variable not compiled because it is a non-static variable. How to access non-static variable? By using object, new ABC, outer class object I must use, dot X, compile successfully. Hello. Understand? Now output coming 1020. Now I am enabling If I enable it and I call directly, no compile time error, no runtime error, values are coming from where? Current class 50, 60. Then how can I differentiate them? For differentiating, you must use outer class name ABC dot and outer class object new ABC dot. We discussed this point yesterday, local inner class. Control 1 cannot find symbol. I new ABC. Compile and execute. We are getting output 50, 60, 10, 20. Tell me, inside this M1 method, I have created int a equal to 70 and int x equal to 80. Then below, now a and x values are reading from where? From the local variable. 70, 80, 10, 20. Control 1, control 2, 70, 80, 10, 20. Then I want read inner anonymous inner class variables. What you write? Come on, same local inner class story, nothing. And what do you write? This dot a and this dot x. This means what? Current class. Or you can use anonymous inner class name here? Hey, can I use anonymous inner class? Yesterday we have used class name, but can I use anonymous inner class? No, I have to use this dot a and this dot x. Look at there, 70, 80, 50, 60, 10, 20. Now, yesterday I have asked this question. If you remember, can you please recollect? Now, if I create the variables inside M1 method, means inside enclosing method, can we differentiate them 170, 180? Can we differentiate these variables? Not possible. Same points, whatever we discussed about local inner class, same points are applicable here also. Now, I'm taking non-static. This is the non-static method. Na? Now, can I write here new ABC place? Can I write ABC dot this dot? Can I write ABC dot this dot x? Yeah. Non-static variable, this cannot be different from a static context. Why? Why? Because now anonymous inner class is available inside which method? Static method. You cannot write a dot this dot. Okay, you have to write object creation explicitly. Already yesterday we discussed this point. New ABC dot x, because anonymous inner class is part of non-static method. So I want you just to practice all these points once again by your own with. I want you practice all these points once again by your own. All local inner class points only will come with anonymous inner class. So requesting all the people, practice, practice, practice. If you practice, then you will get full clarity. If you don't practice, you will face problem. Anonymous inner class is the mostly used inner class in our next coming classes and advanced Java in Spring, Hibernate, wherever you go. And next, Java 8 feature, lambda expression came to replacement of anonymous inner class. If you don't practice anonymous inner class, lambda expression understanding will become very tough. Okay, so we have successfully completed inner classes complete chapter. I want to give conclusion and I wind up this inner classes chapter. So these are the topics we have to discuss. Definition of inner class. A class created inside another class is called inner class. Need of inner class for representing inner object of an outer object. For representing inner object of an outer object for one function. For implementing a class or interface. We use inner classes. Syntax to define inner class. Okay, we have 4 types of inner classes. We have different syntax. Inner class name change after compilation. Allowed modifiers. Okay, type of members allowed inside inner class, accessing an outer class members from inner class, accessing inner class members from outer class and outside outer class, syntax to define, differentiate outer class members from inner class members. We both have same name. By end of the topic, you must be most comfortable with inner class, all the syntax. And in the next page, I have given several interview questions. Hope you will all, yourself read, answer all these questions by your own. Okay, and I have given detailed notes, step-by-step detailed notes, definition, from which version, need of inner class, okay, types of inner classes, syntax to create, compilation, the name convention of inner classes, and how many dot class file created, common interview questions on all inner classes. Okay, first starts with static inner class, point number 1, point number 2, point number 3, point number 4. Okay, every point very detailed way I have given material. Only thing you need to practice. Very important point to remember anta. Idna చూడండి మీరు. Okay, try to check yourself what is that very important point. Okay, then focus very important point, focus also there. Then next, can we define outer class members in inner class again? Can we define outer class members again in inner class? Yes. Then next, interview questions on static inner class. All summary points I have given here. 9 points, totally 9 points are there, summary point. Now let's go for non-static inner class. Same procedure, copy, paste, and last I have given summary points on inner class. Okay, then method local inner class. Same points, all points are, everything is covered. And at last I given summary points. So only thing is you need to practice once. Inner classes chapter is very interesting chapter, a very interesting chapter, and it will give you details. It will give revision of previous chapter also. Entry parts on local inner class, then anonymous inner class. Anonymous inner class, all points, and their conclusion interview questions. So hope you will practice today complete material. Complete material once again I want you practice. Finally, difference between local inner class and anonymous inner class. I have given 8 differences, please read. Interview points on anonymous inner class. Okay, then I have concluded all points, all 4 inner class. Below table shows all 8 interview questions answers on all 8 inner classes at a glance. Definition, syntax of all 4 classes, dot class file names of all 4 classes, allowed modifiers. Okay, all 9 points I have written at one place with all 4 inner classes for your understanding. That's all about inner classes chapter, buddy. Hope you will practice very well, and you will be available for Java 8 new features. Okay, tomorrow onwards we'll enter it into Java 8 new features following by collections. Okay, na? Java 8 new features following by collections. Any doubts in today class? All are you comfortable? Enjoyed today class? Did you love that anonymous inner class syntax? Thank you everyone. Bye. See you all tomorrow. Bye.